Today is October 17th.
Yes, sir.
This is episode 39 of Talk Story.
39.
We are here at First Shop in South Beach, Miami Beach, Florida. I'm Brad Wells, and this is...
Christian de la Iglesia, First Surf Shop, Division Wynwood.
And down the end over here, we've got some fresh faces for the podcast.
Who do we have?
Ethan. Merritt.
And?
Dad.
Chad.
Dad Chad.
Cool. Thanks for having us, guys. It's awesome.
We're
Stoked to be here.
And these are the crew from
Crepic.
Crepic.
We're going to get heavy into the Crepic talk later.
Yes.
We're really happy to have these guys all on the show today.
Before they get
too big and before
we got
bedtime.
15 minutes before
Mom,
bedtime.
if
So
you're
we're
listening, we're going to get him to bed soon, I promise.
This is a speed podcast. I believe they call it a pod fast.
Wow, that might be a new thing.
No, it is already. Shop Eat Surf does it. I know. Sorry.
I thought you were
You're
so
welcome,
smart
Shop Eat
for a
Surf.
second.
No.
No,
Will not have that claim whatsoever.
All right, well, that
lucky
takes
over
care of
smart
the
any day.
introductions. Thanks for joining us. Anybody who is joining us right now, and anybody who's going to join us later on YouTube or on the podcast. Thanks to Bobby back there, studio audience, and all the rest of them.
What's up, Bobby? What's up, Bobby?
What's up, Bobby?
Weekly happenings. I'll say there's one little thing that happened in the city of Miami Beach the other day that kind of got our attention.
It did.
I wasn't going to go too much into it, but I can tell you that you should thank goodness for Surf Router Foundation, especially one of the longtime core members, Mike Gibaldi.
Mike Gibaldi saw this coming from a little while ago, about at least last week or so.
Shout out to Mike.
Yep, he got to put it to my attention when I was going to the Marine Board meeting. We didn't have an inkling of an idea, so we kind of researched it a little bit more. And it seemed like everything was pertaining to a certain topic, and then all of a sudden there was something that got thrown in last minute that kind of threw us all into arms a little bit. But Gibaldi was on it. He kind of reached out and did his civic responsibility and duty to kind of get in touch with commissioners and aides and everybody, and he made some movement. And he did.
Things are on the straight and narrow again.
I salute you, sir.
So stay tuned for what will happen with that little issue, but turned out that there may have been some changes to regulation that may have something to do with surfing.
Right.
I won't say much more than that right now because there's really not much more to tell.
Right.
But
within the next month or so, there should be hopefully a bunch of collective people that are kind of the best people to kind of put a game plan together for our local waters, because ordinances that they have in place have been around since the 60s and then updated in the 90s, so a little antiquated and don't really apply to what's going on currently. So instead of kicking the can down the road, as the city has done so many times with this topic, I think it's about time we change things up a little bit.
yeah, because you don't have your plate full enough.
Oh, stop. What's another
So that was really cool to see that happen. You know, it's really important, I think, for anybody that listens to this stuff to get involved in your local government, whether it be environmental issues or social issues or economic issues. I mean, it all happens on a very, very local level here at the city.
Yep.
And everybody likes to talk about big world issues and things like that. But you know what? On your day-to-day, it's the stuff that happens locally that really impacts you. So if you can get out there and be a part of what you want to see happening in the world, you can do it locally.
Right. Not only does that stuff impact you, but you can have such an impact as well.
It's super
locally.
cool.
And when we get into these kids' stories and the impact they potentially have or what's impacted them getting there,
Yes!
I'm excited for this.
Yes.
I'm pumped.
He's segueing before segues before
Right.
segues.
Nice
So that's what's great about these guys, and we'll tap into that. I'll let you keep going with our local haps, but that's a good one.
We got something coming up at Sweat 440. I think you guys are going to be a part of.
Yeah.
You want to say something a little about that, Ethan?
Yeah, so this weekend on Saturday, we're going to Sweat 440 to do like a little pop-up shop, literally a pop-up shop. So you're going to bring on board and like you could do pop-ups on it and stuff. So shout out to Sweat 440.
Sweet.
Super cool.
Shout out, Sweat
And then
440.
these guys also made me aware of something that's happening. Surf Router Foundation, I guess, is involved in it.
Something yoga?
Yeah. I can't believe these guys come in at their age and tell me what's happening in the neighborhood. I mean, I got to be more aware, I guess. Goodness gracious.
Kids are good.
Thanks for keeping us on top of things. Ahana Yoga is doing something with High Tide Yoga Festival, 10 to 6 on Saturday. And
I
the
don't really
Surfrider
have going
Foundation.
on here much. I mean, it's October. There's been waves. It's about only local haps we got going on that
good.
we're stoked on.
Come by the shop and pick up some wax, say what's up.
Let's create our own local haps.
That's
Although
it.
I will say, which is going to be now local happening every Friday.
Oh, here you go.
Yeah, from our 10-year anniversary, we had Lance of Culture Shock
Wait,
DJ that
looks,
night.
Looks like we got intern
Lance
Bobby
out,
over
right?
here.
Yeah.
Keegan,
Right?
watch out. Bobby is on the iPad.
Keegan's
is,
out.
He is actually looking for a new role.
Bobby is tall enough to see
He's
the
actually-
screen. Keegan's usually like, oh, I can't see. JK, little buddy. Anyway, so Lance of Culture Shock was DJing that night, and he picked up a gig here. So every Friday night, he's going to do reggae nights here and DJing.
Cool. In the shop?
So next door.
Awesome.
So, but I was like,
It's out
we
when
should
it's
try
out.
to we should try to make our podcast a little more consistent on Fridays, because maybe we can kind of have a little something go.
Because
tied-
we haven't done it every single week already.
I know.
Now we got to get it in on Friday, too.
I know.
All right, we can do that. I mean, Culture Shock next door, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it does. On Fridays, happy hours.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, so that
We can
is,
definitely get down with something
Yeah.
along those lines.
So I think that starts
Absolutely.
within another week or two. So it
Cool.
should be fun coming into the season.
Right into season.
Yes.
Oh, super cool. This whole block is going to be going nuts.
It's good.
I like it.
It's good. I was talking to a couple chamber people and whatnot, and they've.
Oh, look at his eyes.
I
He's
know.
starting. He's got a
well,
twinkle.
they've acknowledged that. I've kind of been saying it a little bit that on Miami Beach right now, there's only two good areas to kind of go to for any sort of mixed-use commercial retail and restaurants and bars and whatnot. That's south of Fifth or the Sunset Harbor area.
Congrats
you
on
know?
your award, by the way,
Thank
for
you.
small business. That was really cool.
Yes,
Shows what
appreciate
you're
it.
doing for the community.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. So thank you.
man.
Stoked on
There you
that.
go. A little clap it up. Clap it up. So gracious.
Yeah, thank you. Well, didn't do it by myself, that's for sure.
That's true.
And
Congratulations on it, though.
yeah,
It's awesome.
thank you. Yes, absolutely. So let's jump into surf.
Report and forecast?
Yes.
Yeah. Report has been waves. We've had, typical
little run.
for October.
Nothing major, except yesterday I heard it got really fun.
Yeah, I know. It's nothing major, but it's like super fun at the right tides.
Right.
The wind's been blowing just enough to keep it interesting.
Right.
And this is October.
We
so
love it, man. Head high is a new definition when you're 6 years old.
That's for sure.
Right? The waves are
I
perfect.
feel like every day is overhead.
You know, it hadn't occurred to me because I've been full grown for a good 20, 30 years now. And yeah, gosh, it must be so awesome to see knee-high waves to us because that's like at least chest high to a 6-year-old.
I personally think it's Crepic.
It is Crepic. Wow.
It is
dropping-
Crepic.
dropping it.
Totally.
So,
Totally.
report is continued waves, continued wind, at least through probably Friday. Saturday, Sunday, it looks like it's going to come down a little bit, but, can't complain. Long range forecast looking like, again, we're talking about these transition kind of season where you get the
Right.
North Atlantic starting to go into wintertime mode, and then you got the tropical Atlantic still trying to
Punch something out.
yeah, and when they meet, that could be good news for surf on the East Coast. So looking next week, late next week, Chicky's on it. Some other folks.
Saw that.
Chicky's like
I know.
10, 20 days ahead of everybody else.
He's
I love
got
Chicky
this-
DeBoe.
he's
Chicky
amped about
Domain
that.
from DeBoe.com. If you guys don't follow him, check him out. I mean, he's been on the game for a long time. Nothing but respect for that guy's.
Right. And knows
heart.
every lyric to every 90s rap song.
Yeah, if you don't know 90s hip hop, you're not gonna really understand his forecast as well as the rest of us.
Baby.
It starts with that. It goes into Salt and Pepper. You guys are gonna have to study some really, really old.
And is he angry all the time? Because he always writes in caps.
No, he does that because the National Weather Service writes in all caps.
I know.
And so that's just his style.
I hear you.
So forecast, down a little bit after the weekend looks like, or into the weekend, but this week looks fun. And coming into cold front season, so it's only a matter of time before we get
Oh, fell off his stool.
Man down.
Yeah.
We've lost
I'm
one of
wiping
our
out.
one of our guests here. Wiped out.
That doesn't happen very often on the podcast.
Below the microphone level, actually below counter level as well. Let's get right into the first
hot
topic of the
topics.
night. There's one topic and then two subtopics because I was talking to these guys earlier today and there's a whole backstory here.
Yes.
So let's
a good
get
one.
straight into it. these guys are from this brand called Crepic. And by I mean these guys, I mean Ethan
Merritt.
and Merritt. And how old are you guys again?
I'm 10 and he's 9. 6.
Okay, so we've got a 10-year-old and a 6-year-old who have started a brand called Crepic.
Question.
Yes, you up
I
front.
started it when I was 5.
All right.
Cool.
So
Correction, folks.
they've got a year in the game.
So,
Now they're veterans.
let's get straight into it. I
Good
mean,
idea.
how did this start?
Tell him, Mary. Let Mary tell.
I went surfing one day when Hurricane Maria was on the coast. When I came out,
Look at the guys.
my brother asked me, how was it? And I said, it was crazy, but epic.
It was Crepic.
And my brother wanted to start a lot of companies. He wanted to start a company so bad. So when he heard
Doesn't every
Crepic,
9-year-old?
then he told me. Then 2 days after, we asked our parents if we could start a company called Crepic.
Okay, let me stop you right there, Merritt. So, you guys are out surfing.
Oh, man down. He almost knocked himself out. You all right?
A little spill here. Sorry about that.
Wipe out again.
We gotta wipe out on
So
one
you
of
guys
those. That
started
cannot
this
be
whole
good.
thing with just this idea coming out of the ocean that something was crazy and epic. You wanted to get some company started for a long time. You've had these kind of entrepreneurial ideas. How the heck did you get your parents in on this idea?
Well, we kind of told them about our sort of idea, which was to make a cool sort of like surfing kind of brand that like everybody's welcome. Like, so you don't have to be the best surfer, you just have to be doing your best.
Yep.
That's good.
And that was your plan?
Yes.
Dad?
You guys wanted to represent
was
the
our
average
plan.
Joe.
No, the boys came to us, and it's exactly like Merritt said. He got out of the water, and he said, that was crazy, but epic. It was Crepic. And we just all looked at him and said, bro, did you just invent the word Crepic? You're 5. And a few days later, the boys came to us and said, can we start a brand, a business called Crepic? And my wife and I said, yeah, but you got to give us a reason why. Like, if you could think of something cool to do with the company, not about selling stuff, but something meaningful, a purpose, we'll do. And the boys said we want to do something for like every kid, not like pros. There's lots of companies about pros, but about every kid. And we loved it. And then we said, come up with other ideas. I'll let them tell you. But totally legit about helping the community and being a part of not only local town, but the surf scene and sort of the global environmental community. And it's cool. It's a good vibe.
Oh, the audience is clapping back there
Audience is
already.
loving it.
This is amazing.
Audience is loving it.
All right, so earlier you guys were telling me a little bit about some of the things that are important to you about this brand and why you're even getting it started in the first place. You guys want to get into a little bit of that stuff?
Yeah, so I've always wanted to start a company since I was a very little kid.
You're still a little kid.
Hey, I'm older, okay? I'm not a little kid.
Like,
I'm
I
a
think 3
medium
years
kid.
old.
Does that make more sense?
Okay.
Yeah, sure. I'll go with medium kid.
Medium. Let's go with medium. So ever since I was a little kid, I've always wanted to start a company, and I've had some pretty funny ideas. So Crepic was a big deal for me personally, because like this could be a new company idea that was a good one, like a real one.
Wait, let's hear about some of your other ideas that maybe didn't work out for whatever reason.
Okay, so one of them was like an Uber sort of thing in the mall. It's pretty funny how I got that one started. So I was walking the mall, just running some regular errands. My feet were hurting, and I was like, wait a minute, maybe we could start like a little Uber thing in the mall. Like little golf carts.
golf
going
cart
around.
Uber.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, like,
Kind of like at the airport where they're taking
Mover, he
you.
wanted to call it.
Moober?
Mover.
Yeah.
Mall Uber.
Chris is in.
Exactly.
I like it, kid. Keep going.
so then I had another one for like a sort of like a kid sort of version of Gatorade. So we did a little research on it. Then I was gonna go fishing one day, and then my dad showed me a picture and said it was taken by Special K, and I was very, very upset.
He came up with the name K2O. We wanted to start a kids' water called K2O. Sure enough, Special K, the cereal, Kellogg's
has
had
K2O?
taken it. But
Wow.
yeah,
But you know, I mean, you should use those moments where you find that if there's an idea that you thought of that was your own and that you see that actually exists out there, those are pats on the back. Those are like, you know what? My brain is going in the right direction. I'm obviously coming up with something that people that get paid lots of money and have think tanks and go and they pull and the resources to kind of get to that point, and you're just coming off the top of your head. So kudos to you. That's good stuff.
That's what was cool with this. Like when they came to us with all these ideas, right? They're not going to start a beverage business or Uber, right? But when they came with this idea about surfing, like the boys love to surf, and it was just a natural because it was something they were passionate about and something they could do. Did you fall off again, your stool again? Did you lose a shoe?
Wipe out again. We got a man down over
Man
here.
down.
Down off the surfboard. 10 surfboards.
Cool.
All right, so you guys were telling me some other reasons though that you started. It wasn't just like to have a brand. You have some ideas and some purpose behind this. What are the two like main purposes you guys are telling me?
The main purpose was to sort of stomp out bullying, which we've experienced a lot of. I get bullied a lot because I wear glasses.
Me too.
Yeah.
I was actually telling the guys earlier that I used to get bullied all the time because I surfed.
Huh.
Growing up as a kid where I grew up, surfing wasn't very popular. It wasn't like the cool thing to do. I was the only one who did it, and because of that, people were like, "Oh, what's up, surfer dude?
Yeah.
Where are the waves today, brah?" And I'm like,
that's interesting though, because you think about surfing as bullies, right? You think about California, some of the local spots,
Right,
even,
right,
places,
right.
bullies in the water. So to get bullied because you surf, it's really interesting.
Right.
It wasn't very interesting for me at the
Yeah,
time, I
of
can
course.
tell you that. It was actually pretty painful and pretty annoying to deal with.
I
And
know.
it just,
felt that.
and so I kind of understand where you guys are coming
feel
from.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I was the kid that I had the kids that looked like they were gonna get bullied sat next to because because of my birthday, I was kind of one of the taller and more older kids in the class, and I just have a soft heart for most people in general, and I hate people that bully. So I would be like the first person to go stand in someone's face that's a bully and be like, "Talk to me, bro. I'm right here."
Yeah.
And so teachers would put kids that they felt like they were going to get bullied right next to me because they knew I'd take them in and be like, and no other kid was going to mess with them. And it sucks. It stinks out there that this kind of goes on. I'm glad you guys are standing for something like that and doing such great things. And don't let those bullies kind of mess with you. A lot of times it's insecurities, and they're trying to project on you, and you guys are confident, just good kids. And you guys just take that confidence, keep going with it, your great ideas, and those bullies are gonna be like, "Hey bro, you wanna be friends?" Later in life. They really are.
Yeah. Tell the guys how you're using the company to help stop
so
bullying.
We're donating a portion of the money to the Pacers Anti-Bullying Foundation. It's a pretty cool story how we picked them.
Cool.
Cool.
Let's hear it.
Remember when those guys bullied?
What do you have to say, Mary? Say it to the mic.
So first we talked to Stomp Out Bullying, but actually they didn't let us and they bullied us.
So like Stomp Out Bullying literally bullied us. Like that's a
Sort
problem.
of. The boys,
Really?
the boys learned a good lesson.
Sure.
Good business
I think
lesson.
there's a lot of teachable moments in the
So
process.
when they were setting up the company, they wanted to donate to one organization, and I think they made a rookie move, which was to say they were going to give money and work with this organization, but they didn't check with the organization. And the organization actually had another brand that they worked with, actually in a similar space.
Uh-huh.
And so they said, "Hey guys, you got to kind of cool it. We appreciate what you're doing, but can't do it, right? We work
Right.
with somebody else."
Right.
And the boys at first they were a little hurt. They
Right.
said, "These guys are bullet, right?" But we explained to them, "Hey, that's business, right?
Right.
How the world works, and you got to communicate and learn your lesson." So they were really delighted to find another organization, Pacers Foundation, to work with, and that's been super cool.
They
And
actually
those
didn't
guys have
bully
been-
us, and they actually really liked us.
Yeah, they love us.
They've been awesome.
See, that's how it works, right? Like what I was telling you guys before. If you show up every day, if it doesn't work out the first day, it'll work out the next time.
Yeah.
Right.
So they're stotoked to be working with those guys.
There's so many options out there.
Yeah.
Don't give up. You just because the door closes doesn't mean there's not another one that could open up.
I tell you something, in my life, what I've learned is sometimes when something like that happens, the better thing is actually waiting to come. And I think that you guys probably found that with Pacers, yeah?
Yep.
What was that the other thing you guys were talking about?
Oh yeah, Surf Haiti.
Yeah, what's that?
Surf Haiti.
What's
It's a
that all
pretty cool
about?
story.
I want to
So,
go.
We really
Yeah.
like Haiti for a couple reasons actually. One, our dad loves Haiti because
He's been there like 25 times.
And we sort of adopted a kid there who was in the big earthquake there, and pretty sad story.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Don't want to talk about that one because it's a little sad, and yeah.
But he's like your bro now,
Yeah,
right?
it's like we sort of adopted him. He comes to our house every day, and like he's like our step brother pretty much.
That's so cool, guys.
Yeah,
Kudos
it's
to you,
cool.
Chad.
So yeah, so the not to dwell on it, but Haiti has been a big part of our life. You know, I'm a surgeon. I've been involved in Haiti for a long time. Been there many, many times. And so the boys have sort of grown up exposed to Haiti and the problems there. And then when they started the company, they heard about this cool opportunity, and the boys jumped on it. Mary, tell them what's going on with Surf Haiti.
So they're making like a surf group trying to go to the Olympics for Haiti.
Right.
No way. The next Olympics?
Oh, the one in Japan? Oh yeah.
Wow.
The first time surfing is going to be in the Olympics?
And Haiti wants to get a team out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
And so you guys are doing
tell them
what?
what's going on.
So we're sponsor them for
To go to the Olympics?
The Olympics, all right.
Yeah.
If they make it.
It's really cool. It's an amazing story. Maybe you guys have heard. This is an interesting topic. There's this group called Surf Haiti, which is
Right.
down there in Jack Mountain.
Right.
You know, Surf Haiti has a great break. And
Yeah, I've
an
seen
amazing
pics, and I've known
community.
people, and I've been like, I've got to make this
And it
happen.
was actually sort of initiated by an American doc who was down there doing some work and saw these kids, young kids out there trying to make something of their life, trying to be the best they can be, and realized, man, if he brought a couple boards down and gave them the old teach a man to fish story, right?
Yeah.
And so he did, and he set up this organization called Surf Haiti, which has been super cool and successful. And there's this group of kids who are there who really are trying to put together the effort to qualify for the Olympics.
Wow.
And
So
so
cool.
the boys started talking with them, and we, what do we say? What's the same thing about Haiti and Crepic?
Oh yeah, so Haiti's a small country, but they have big dreams, and we are a small company with big dreams.
Nice.
Yep.
You know, one of the things the boys didn't talk about it yet, but like one of the things that's important to them about Crepic is just supporting like the everyday guy out there who's just trying to be their best. And
Oh, Chad, they said it right
Oh,
at the
did they? I missed it.
beginning.
All right, guys, good job.
They know exactly their message, and you're right.
But that's this group of kids. So Crepic was super stoked to be the first company to sponsor them in their effort to try to raise the funds to put together the money to go to qualify. First, they got to go to Peru and surf in Peru, and that's been really cool. And so we'll see what happens. But
Little bit by little bit,
we're
right?
psyched to support those guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and stay tuned because we may help put out the word how other people in the community
Sure.
can help support
Well,
them.
you definitely
So,
got to let us know how we can help kind of get
Yeah.
the word out as well for you.
Cool.
Ah, cool.
Because that sounds like a Crepic situation.
It is.
Yeah.
You guys want to get into the last topic of the night?
Yep, let's do it.
All right.
Yeah, we already got a phone call from Mom. They're like, nap time.
Yeah, exactly.
So one of the things that everybody really wants to know when they move into a new area, or if they're like starting some sort of company like you guys that is based on surfing, is how do you connect to the surf community? How do you find out where other surfers are hanging out? How do you find out, just how to make friends in the community? And you guys had some ideas on how to do that. I mean, you're here, right? What else have you guys been doing to try to get out there and meet more folks?
We've been putting on like these little like Instagram things. Like
Uh-huh.
we've been using Instagram a lot. It's a pretty cool Instagram page. You can follow us at Live Crepic. At Live Crepic.
At Live Crepic?
Yep.
Cool.
What's your job with the Instagram, Merritt?
I heart.
What is that? I heart. I love that.
He puts
His
he
job is
he
to
gives
heart.
the like.
Oh.
You guys do when he hits the lights,
lights.
right? He
I'm
hearts.
like this.
Like.
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 Any of the cool,
I might need to hire-
Exactly.
any of the
and
cool
social-
brands that are out there that
social
they
media
kind of want to
anxiety
get,
in the
involved with and that they support, they're going out there and showing their support by liking all their different posts and letting them know that they believe in what they're doing. I think that's super cool.
Yeah.
What else have you guys been doing? Oh, you know what? Who did we get introduced by? Do you remember?
Yeah, I think I remember.
Oh, Kenny?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Michelson.
we got to
He
give a
was my
shout out to
teacher
him.
last year.
Yeah.
So that is a very interesting connection right there.
Right.
Another surfer in the community here reached out and said,
Well, I think, Kenny's a great guy. I've known him since we were kids. And where's he teaching at now?
Laramie.
He's teaching at Laramie.
Yeah.
He was your teacher before, right?
Yeah, he was also my
and
teacher.
he's a great teacher, and he's such a cool guy. Surfs, and I think Kenny can kind of relate to a little bit of how you guys grew up and whatnot, as well as he's just your average Joe kind of surfer as well, like me and like Brad as well, and and we've all had our challenges, I'm sure, at certain points, and I really loved what you guys were all about.
Yeah.
He loves you, Chad. I can't even say
no,
enough
shout out
good
to
things
Kenny,
about
'cause he's
you.
the one who made the connection.
Right, and he reached out to me and
Yeah.
was like, hey, these kids are awesome, and that's how we kind of linked up, and I'm sure he reached out to you as far as that goes also, and that's kind of the beauty about our community, right? And surfers and how we do things, and things are kind of transferred through energies and high fives and whatnot.
Yeah, so I mean, if you think about this, this is how you guys are all connecting it. You guys are students. He was your teacher. Your dad's a doctor. He's an entrepreneur and a surf shop owner. I'm an entrepreneur.
We have a community.
I was just going to say that you guys are like all part of a community.
And we're all part of the same thing, right?
Right, and
so
you're kind
you're
of like a
just-
family.
And you connect all these different little dots, and you ask around, and you say, hey, do you know anybody that does this? Or, hey, I need some help with that. Next thing you know, you've got a whole community around you that's trying to help you. And one of the things that I told you guys earlier was you guys definitely need to check out Surfrider Foundation, because they are so active here in the community, not only in Miami Beach, but across the whole world.
Cool.
And I don't know if you even saw it, but Chris helped set up the
Blue Water Blue Water Task Force, or the water quality testing station, that we check the beach or the ocean water for poop from here all the way up to Sunny Isles, and we have volunteers that go and pull water samples on Thursdays, and they bring them over here and they sample it, and then we get the results on Friday, and we let everyone know through Surfriders' social feeds as well as online and their email lists, and we kind of spread the word out as well. And we kind of let people know exactly what the water quality is like, whether it's safe to go in or not. And we're
just
kind
like
of trying to
you
make a
guys.
big push through Surfrider as well. And whatnot within the city, to see if the city will start to fund something like that more on a daily basis. Because I think unfortunately, the city's
do
growing,
better.
right, and the cities are just growing more and more, and the impact is becoming more and more. And
But it's awesome the shop takes that on now, and you guys do that. It's super cool.
And that's kind of what I was saying to you guys before. When you start to make these different connections in the community, Surfrider Foundation said for years, we'd love to do more water quality testing. We just need a place to do it. If we could only find a place to do it. And suddenly Chris said, I've got a place to do it, and they have a whole laboratory set up back here where they do all the testing every single week.
Here?
Yep.
yeah, mad scientist optional.
They have the lab coat and everything.
Want to come over and do a science experiment one day?
On you!
Watch out, Dad.
Cool.
Sleep with one eye open, Dad.
So yeah, the whole idea is, if you want to get out there and you want to make an impact in your community, all you got to do is start asking around, right? You ask for a little bit of help, and what happens?
And get what you want.
You get what you want.
Right, and keep learning, and keep being open to learning, and keep open to suggestions, and even moments that seem like they bum you out, like the first time those people that you wanted to kind of donate to didn't want to work with you. Shouldn't stop you. Those are just an opportunity that might be missed on their part, not yours.
Right.
And as Brad said, the best thing might be coming around the corner, and you didn't even know it.
You guys got to talk about anything else tonight before we close up this thing?
Why do I'm not even sure I know this answer so much. Why do you guys like surfing?
Oh, yeah. Because just when you have that perfect wave, just the feeling of when you're up on the board, like you're sort of walking on water, like that
Yes, sir.
feeling. I just love it.
Yeah.
You feel like you're walking on water, and you feel like then you feel good.
And once you get that feeling, what do you end up saying?
That was crazy. What epic. That was
That's
Crepic.
right.
Good
I don't think we can end any better than that.
Yeah.
Ethan, Merritt, Chad,
Awesome.
so awesome having
Thanks
you
so
guys on the
much, guys.
show.
You
Yeah,
guys,
Can't
boys.
wait to have you back another time so you can come update the whole crowd out here, how you guys are doing. And if you guys need any help along the way, I'm sure the whole audience will be more than willing to help. Let them know where they can reach you guys at.
You can reach that info at Live Crepic. You can also get our sick hats and shirts at livecrepic.com.
And if you want to buy them in a store, you can come to.
You can come to Sweat 440.
Oh.
Coming up as well.
He's a businessman. He's got the next thing on his mind.
And
Not a
you
pro-
also come here, too.
And we'll,
Come here to
we'll
First
have some
Street.
of their lids over here at the shop as well.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Cool.
I'm Brad from Thank You Surfing. We got
Christian de la Iglesia, First Surf Shop in Division Wynwood.
over there on the AV.
Caleb, it's quiet tonight.
Very quiet tonight. Thanks to the studio audience for
Yeah, Babu.
Awesome.
Keegan. Watch out, he's coming for your job. Been super fun tonight. Catch you guys next week.
Cool.
Late.